A quick note about camera resolutions and sending digital files around via the internet. Pretty much any camera that you're going to be using for this class, whether it's a DSLR or mirrorless or even just like a smartphone, shoots in relatively high megapixels, so pretty good quality. Even the older iPhones have been shooting in 12 megapixels, which is fantastic. You can get some pretty big prints that way. Tons of quality, tons of detail. But sometimes when you send digital files around on the internet, they tend to get optimized, which means that they can move more efficiently through the intertubes, but we lose a significant amount of quality and detail via the loss in resolution or the reduction in resolution. So that's a big problem for us, especially if we're thinking about either utilizing our digital files in a print scenario down the line, which would be amazing, or just retaining the highest level of quality and detail so that whatever sort of display iteration they end up in, they can always get zoomed in and taken a closer look at, and all that detail and quality and resolution enjoyed to its fullest. So I'm demanding that we have the highest quality workflow so that whatever our camera captures natively, we retain that maximum quality all the way through until you turn in the files to Canvas. So if there's any reduction or loss in quality from your camera's native resolution, I will not accept the file. Most often that happens from emailing or texting the file to yourself. If you airdrop the file to yourself, or you plug your camera or SD card directly into the computer and copy the file off that way, there won't be any reduction in quality. If you're having any trouble with that, please reach out and let me know. You can always check the resolution of your file once it gets onto the computer. I'm not 100% sure the workflow for a Windows machine, but I'm sure it's very similar to Mac. In the Mac, you right-click on the file and go down to Get Info. So in Windows environment, I imagine it's right-click on the file and go to Get Properties. And for the Mac, it's down in the More Info section where it says Dimension. You see this image is 9,604 pixels wide by 6,336 pixels tall. That is a 60 megapixel image. A 12 megapixel image, like any iPhone from the iPhone 13 going earlier, will be 4,000 pixels wide by 3,000 pixels tall. If you have numbers below that, even if it just seems slightly below that, that's already showing a significant loss in quality and detail through a loss in resolution. So transfer the files directly from your device, whether it's plugging the SD card directly into your computer, plugging the camera directly into your computer, plugging your phone directly into your computer, or some sort of airdrop technology that just moves the files. Anytime you email or text images to yourself to move them around, they tend to get optimized, which means the file size is smaller, but at a huge loss in quality and detail.